All right, my brother. Here we are. Episode
back.
60. It's a double-packed episode. What movies have we got tonight?
Man, we got a shitload of movies. So I'm just going to speed through these. We got Dune 2, The Hill, Thanksgiving, American Sympathy.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, The Greatest Night in Pop, Poor Things, Damsel, Code 8 Part 2, Megamind, Spaceman.
Spaceman. And we have a very special guest. We're going to bring him on in a minute. But I'm Dave. That's Rich. We're the Faces Radio. Let's get rolling. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us as the Faces for Radio podcast presents By the Numbers, where we take new releases, watch them, review them, let you know what we thought. I am your host, David, and my co-host is
Rich. Man, how you doing?
I'm hurting, brother, but it's been a long couple of weeks.
Your family's hurting.
Our family's hurting. We lost a very important part of our family on Sunday. My mother-in-law passed away. So I'm dedicating the show to her, because she loved to come to our house and just watch movies and relax. So that's what I did. I watched movies and I relaxed, and did that for her. So Judy, I love you. This is for you.
May you rest in peace.
Yep. But
condolences to you and your family, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. It's
always
gonna be a long road, and the funeral's already been scheduled, so we got to go back up north to go do that and go through the rosaries and all that, because the family is raised Catholic, so there's a lot of processions that has to happen over the next 2 weeks. But we're going to be there for it and make sure everybody's okay, because we're really the only immediate family that doesn't live in town. So everybody really is together, which is great. The whole family's together, and the whole family was with her when she passed, which was really important to her. We were able to bring her home before she passed away. So that was actually a special thing for the family, even though there were a lot of tears, but the whole family was together, and that's what she wanted. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get on a lighter note and bring out the seeker of serenity, the protector of Italian virginity, the one, the only, Jay Manley. Welcome back, my friend. Thanks for coming on the show and doing 10 movies with us tonight.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How we all doing?
That's awesome. So let's go into the chat. Let's see who was on. Nate was on super early. He can't wait for a future 15 movie episode, which it's bound to happen. Knowing our luck, it's bound to happen at some point.
Yeah. And if that happens, I'm sure that I'll be happy to help you out with that.
Yeah. And then Caveman jumped on about 15 minutes early. He says, "Dang, I don't get my cookies." But you know what, Caveman? You get the cookie, because Nate came on like 2 days early, so he gets stale cookies. Caveman, you get the cookie, and I hope that you are out of the hospital.
Yeah, I hope you're home.
I hope you're home. If not, I hope you go home soon. But I wanted you to be home today for the show. So let us know if you're home. or if you're still in that god awful hospital gown that opens in the butt. So, speaking of which, there's Jay. Jay wanted to say hi to the chat. Love it.
What's up, Corey?
Corey's in the house.
Corey,
Thank you,
you need to
appreciate
get
that.
your butt back on here.
K-Man, thank you. Yeah, Corey, we need to get you back on the show, brother. So
Mhm.
we got our schedule up. So, you know, pick a week. And, you know, we might do the same thing we did to Jay and make you watch 10 movies. K-Man, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yes, please hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to both of our channels.
Where's Robert?
Rich, it looks like we're not live on your channel tonight. Did you not set it up?
Shit, I forgot to do that. That's what
Well, hey, well, before we get started, I want to send my condolences to you as well there, David.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Thoughts and prayers as well. And
I appreciate that.
Appreciate you having me on as a co-host again. And
oh yeah,
this is always going to be fun. This is going to be a fun night. I can tell.
This is going to be fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna a lot of laughs. I'm gonna tell some stories about my mother-in-law because we have some stories with movies. One in particular I'm saving to the end. And also, we are giving away 2 digital codes tonight because I did not get to do it last week. So Jay brought in a digital code that we're going to give out. We'll give that out early. And then later on, I'm going to be giving out a digital code. So
awesome.
Stay on for, hopefully you stay on for the entire show because we're going to release some stuff. K-Man says his butt is still bare. So
oh Lord,
I don't know if that means you're at home or if you're home and you're balling it, then more power to you. But if you're still in the hospital, I'm so sorry to hear that, brother. But
oh boy, man,
I hope you go home soon. Rob, thank you, brother. Good to have you on the show. I need to get back on soon. The beginning of the year has been crazy so far. Yeah, it has. It's been a crazy year so far. It's going to be a gay old time.
You can say that.
I can say that. Okay. You can say that. Freedom of speech is allowed here on the show. So
I'm embarrassed to hear that. I mean, embarrassed. Excuse me. Embarrassed to hear that.
They're doing a scope on me tomorrow. I might not have needed to hear that, but I have had that scope, so I understand. I feel your pain, bro. Bare butt. That's right. Bare butt.
Well, man, K-Man.
K-Man, get well soon. Positive thoughts. Prayers to you, my friend. Can I say that? I meant, well, I read it, so you said it. You know, if there are 2 meanings to a word and one of them's good and one of them's bad, I'm going to think you meant the good one. So don't worry about it. I'll let you do, you can say whatever you want, Rob. And if I choose not to read it, then you know that was bad. Because I'm
Dave reads everything. So
I read everything. I did the Balls Hang Low song and I had no idea I was doing it until I got halfway through it. And I'm like, well, fuck it. I might as well finish the song.
You know, I had a colonoscopy done one time myself.
Colonoscopy, that's right.
Yeah, and after you get it done, you end up doing a lot of the squeaky cheeks. You know,
I was getting used to because they don't just shave, they wax down there. I'm just gonna say, that was the worst part of it, was sitting in a chair afterwards going, that doesn't feel right.
That's why you got a manscape. Bleach your asshole, wax your asshole, so no one ever has.
No. Exit only. No, I'm keeping the hedges around. There's no way that's no.
Did they make you drink a lot of fluid there, Caveman?
I'm sure it did.
Yeah. Well, they got to do the thing. If you're doing a colonoscopy, then yeah, you got to drink that milk of magnesia for the night before, and they mix it with the Gatorade, and it's god awful.
Oh yeah,
the colonoscopy a couple years ago, and I'm good. That's right. I wasn't good, but that's they did pull out the cancer that was there, so knock on wood.
Weren't we supposed to be talking about happy
We're
shit?
supposed to be talking. We're not talking about healthy. We're supposed to be talking about movies.
here.
Yeah.
And speaking of colonoscopies, let's get to the lowest scored movie because that felt like I was getting a colonoscopy while we were watching it. You guys are awesome. Always impressed with the schedule you keep up with.
We try to, man.
We try.
really do.
We're still working on it. But we're an episode behind now.
Yeah.
But we're still look to be hitting 100 episodes before the end of the year. So
last week, Dave had family issues. I was still under the weather, and I didn't even get a chance to get to Dune 2. So there was really no option.
Yeah, unless we were going to move Dune 2.
Yeah.
But I was in no position to do a show.
Yeah. I still had the Hershey squirts, so
he still had the squirts, so he would have been getting up every 2 minutes anyway, or it would have been in the bathroom.
I would have taken my iPad with me. Hey guys.
Hey guys, don't mind the echo. It's just I'm just in the best acoustic part of the house. Oh, somebody's taking a shower. It's okay. But
as long as it's from the neck up, we'll be fine, right?
Neck up. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No lower parts, but that's for Patreon. Again, we charge for that.
It's gonna be behind the paywall.
It's gonna be all Patreon. We're gonna do Naked News at 5, and we're gonna do strip by the numbers. So we'll have numbers on our clothes as we do the movies. Scope isn't going. They are wanting to check the leads on my pacemaker to rule out infection there. Okay. I get you.
Okay.
The Iron Man of YouTube. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, anyway, Guy, man, from the bottom of my heart, we are pulling for you. We are, sending all the thoughts, all the positive thoughts, all the prayers. So just stay positive.
And also, we just got a like on Facebook from my sister-in-law, Lou. Thank you, sis. I love you.
We have 11 people watching, 8 people watching right now. Hopefully, we can get more in here.
I show 15.
Oh,
we have 8 on YouTube. We have 5 on Twitter right now.
Oh, okay.
And we have 1 on Facebook. So
awesome.
Cool.
So that's great. They pay me to keep my clothes on. Yeah, I'm a reverse stripper. Yeah, I start naked and they pay me to put clothes on. So I usually make pretty good money that way. Once they started throwing coins at me, I started changing the process.
Yeah, they pay me to keep clothes on too.
Because those nickels hurt.
And that's why we're the faces for radio.
That's right. We're the faces for radio. And Jay, you fit right in, brother. No offense. You fit right in with us. You're
inverted Oreo cookie.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I have a light-skinned Mexican
hey,
motherfucker.
I said it, so it's okay.
I love you, Jay.
Count is 5 and out count is 2, so you have that. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
This is great. We've already started on a high note.
Yeah, we're already 15 minutes in. We're
already 15 minutes in. We haven't even done a movie yet. But
this is why we love having Jay.
Who's in the middle? Jay is the meat in the sandwich. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
A chocolate creamy center.
Chocolate creamy center, and a pair of vanilla.
You're gonna make your oh shit.
All right. So we got 10 movies that we watched.
Let's start the movie.
We took the 5 from last week. Let's get back on track. I love this talk though. This is great. And we scored them, and I took the average of the 3 of us for all 10 movies and ranked them from 10 to 1. So you already having Corey was shutting up. All right. So let's get to our lowest scored movie, which I think you guys know what it is. So I'm just gonna pull it up. This is Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate.
This shit sucks.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna move you up there, Jay, so everybody can see you more than me. All right, so this was awful, dude. Okay,
why?
I loved the original Megamind.
You made me watch the original Megamind.
I love the original Megamind. It was the first Blu-ray I ever bought. was the original Megamind. And I dug that movie. I love the voices in it. And right away, I knew it was going to suck because the original cast isn't anywhere in it.
See, I thought this was Megamind 2. I had no clue there was other Megamind movies, TV series.
Yeah. And there's my daughter. Yeah. Oof. It was so bad.
Yeah,
It sucked ass. They took the artist from Cocomelon and they drew Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate because that's what it looked like. It looked like Cocomelon with superpowers. Yeah. That's what it looked like. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with Cocomelon, but it's atrocious children's show on Netflix. I had to ban it so my granddaughter wouldn't watch it. It's horrible. But okay, Jay, what were your thoughts on this? Besides, why did they make me watch it?
I couldn't get through it. It was hard. I mean, I found the animation even horrible.
It was.
it was like it was a Saturday morning Cartoon Network CGI that was done up real quickly.
Yeah.
And I only recognized maybe one or two voice actors in there. And I recognized Tony Hale from Arrested Development. That was one of them. And he was it. And I was like, why is he in this? Where's the original cast? And why, it probably could have been better if it was a good script and they had the original cast come back and they took their time to do this. Like when because doesn't DreamWorks also do the Minions, Despicable Me?
Yeah.
If they took their time to do like they do with Despicable Me, it probably would have been better.
So much better. This was horrendous. It was like, wow. I mean, I understand there are cases where you can't afford to pay the original actors to do the sequel, like Aladdin 2, which also sucked. But you got they could have done a better job with the artwork and made a better story out of it, and it would have at least been more interesting to watch.
Yeah, my son hated it. He was like, "This is dumb."
No, my granddaughter wouldn't even watch it. It was like, nope, I'm gonna play.
Yeah,
she kept trying to get me to change it to Despicable Me 3, and I was like, I'm tempted, I really am, but I got to finish this movie. But yeah, now I recognized Chris Sullivan, and Adam Lambert and Tony Hale. Those were my recognized voices. But yeah, I was like, oh, come on. It was a horrible. I'm going to read the synopsis and then we're just going to go right to the final score because there's no highlights on this.
Yeah.
Megamind's former villain team, the Doom Syndicate, has returned. Our newly crowned blue hero must now keep up evil appearances until he can assemble his friends to stop his former evil teammates from launching Metro City to the moon. So basically, they took the plot from Despicable Me 3 and they butchered it, had the Cocomelon artist draw it, and then had somebody write it in blue crayon, thinking it was Megamind. And, the only thing I liked was that they continued the story from like a day or two after he beat Titan in the first movie. It was like right after. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
See, that's why it made me think it was part 2.
Yeah. But then it was garbage. It just didn't work after that. It was like, it got worse and worse as the movie went along. And yeah, I was not happy. What do we got here? Yeah. When my beard is long enough to cover my junk. Thanks. All right, Caveman. I have replicas of myself that I sell on my Naughty Caveman OnlyFans.
All right.
All right. Good to know. I'm going to look up that. Valerie wanted to convey her condolences and also thank you for always supporting us. You know what, brother? We're here for you, man. Absolutely.
No matter what. And thank you to
we may be, I know Rich and Jay are a little bit closer than I am. I'm about 2,000 miles away from you, but I'm always here as a friend. Whenever you need us, we're always available.
We're always here.
When Valerie said you were in the hospital, I was like, oh oh God, not someone else. I was already dealing with my stepmom, my mother-in-law. Sorry, my stepmother passed like a couple years ago, but yeah, this was literally my last mother figure, you know, and that really hit hard. But let's go to our final scores on Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate. We're just going to flush this one right down the toilet. IMDb is giving this a 2.2. I've never seen that before. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 10%. Audience score 7%. Rich gave it a 45. I gave it a 43. Jay gave it a 39. Our total average score, 42.33. Splush. We're going to flush that down the toilet.
Wonder why. I'm surprised you guys' score was higher than mine.
Sorry, Dave After Dark.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. What are you doing, Dave?
Do a little.
When you turn around, I thought you were bending over. You
Turn around.
music
Yeah, I was. No, I'm actually in my living room, and we're fighting for volume because I'm extremely loud when I talk. Yeah. So you could go somewhere else.
We'll call that here. Hold on a second. Let me get it.
What the?
A stinker. A stinker.
OnlyFans. That's right. Oh, speaking of which, I also got a nice little video from our buddy Grant. From Movie Buff Grant. Also viewed this movie, and he also didn't care for it, but he tried to give it as nice of word as possible. So check this out.
Hey guys, Movie Buff Grant over here, and today I am going to be doing by the numbers of Megamind 2. This movie I watched on Peacock, and I am going to say this. While I liked the first Megamind, this one was a mediocre. Mainly because this was not a DreamWorks animation style, like set for theater release. It was set to streaming, I will give it that. But this one was a little bit for me. Even though that the cast did what they can, the story was a little bit daft at times. And also the direction for the movie was kind of solid for me. So that is my Megamind 2 review. Dave, Rich, hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys all have a good night. Take care and pleasant dreams.
Thank you, Grant, for that.
So Grant gave it a 30. So he sent me
something.
He sent me 2 scores. So his first score was a 58. And then he watched it again and went, I'm changing my score. and he says I'm changing this to, you know, the trailer to a 3 and the story to a 4. And he said the subgenre to, he wanted to change the subgenre to a 0. And I'm like, well, you can only go to a 1. That's the lowest you can go. So we went 1. So yeah, so he dropped 28 points and knocked it down to a 30. So that's saying something. When Grant says an animated movie is not good, you can take that to the bank. But like Grant, he's given me so many reviews. So yeah, when those movies come up, I told him to try to keep them under a minute. So I do have to edit them at times. But yeah, I had to keep the wink in there because he had that wink.
Right.
And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm keeping the wink. But all right, let's move on to number 9. What did you guys think was our number 9 movie?
I am going. Oh, let's Jay go.
I'm going to say Code 8, Part 2.
Code 8, Part 2. I think that's a very good guess. I'm just going to double check, but I think that's right. I don't know why, but my my application dropped, and now I'm freezing. So give me a second.
Well, if it is Code 8,
Anytime now.
Dave tried to put this in the.
Let Jay go.
Dave tried to put this in the schedule when it first came out. I think, if I remember right? You tried to.
Yeah, I mentioned it,
and I was like, nah.
And it was like, nah, and I was like, oh, come on, but it's like superhero stuff. But yeah, Code 8 Part 2 is our number 9 movie.
I like the universe they built.
I thought this was okay.
Yeah,
I didn't mind this.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
No,
but I found it entertaining. I like the superhero stuff, and it's got a real like dark X-Men type vibe.
Yeah,
where
I like the universe they set up there.
The universe is kind of cool.
Yeah,
and basically, so I'm going to read the synopsis. It says, follows a girl fighting to get justice for her slain brother by corrupt police officers. She enlists the help of an ex-con and his former partner. They face a highly regarded and well-protected police sergeant who doesn't want to be. And nowhere in there does it mention that these guys have powers. So basically this whole thing is 4% of the world is superpowered. And in this universe, they utilize the superpower people to do like the heavy construction parts and the welding and things like that until the technology caught up. And now that the technology has caught up and surpassed the superheroes, they're shutting them down. And, they're arresting them or, not letting them work, telling them all this kind of stuff with the superhero. Basically, they're just trying to get rid of all the superpowered guys. And so it centers around Robbie Amell and I believe his brother, Steven.
Right.
Steven, of course, plays Arrow, and Robbie was in he was in a series called Children of Tomorrow, which was another superhero series.
Right.
Yeah, he played Firestorm.
He was also Firestorm.
And you can
in
tell
the
why
Arrow
this guy,
series, right?
What?
Or it was in Flash.
It was in Flash. Yeah,
it was in Flash. Yeah.
You can tell why these guys are CW actors. Really, you can.
Right.
They're not.
These are TV actors. They are not good. I mean, even the bad guy, the sergeant, the Asian dude, who's kind of controlling these robot dogs. He's from a TV series called Dark Matter, which is on Sci-Fi Channel, and which I was a big fan of. And they basically called him 4. He was like a samurai type guy. But
yeah, I did not know that at all. Yeah, I didn't watch that one.
But yeah, I was a big fan of that. So, but yeah, this was a Netflix movie. This was or a TV movie. It was
that
very
doesn't
low.
make it bad. I mean,
it doesn't make it bad.
Little fun.
It was. I thought it was actually pretty decent. Now, Jay's score kind of threw the curve down a little bit on this one, but
I could tell you why. But
I was just going to get to that. What were your thoughts on this, Jay?
I felt like it was a movie that was been there, done that kind of feeling vibe.
Sure.
You got the hero aspect kind of man that is rescuing the girl kind of thing, and his mission is to protect her. And you got the villain that wants the girl because she knows something and she's got the secret, and you kind of see that it's kind of like it's been done before, but this did it differently. And I did like it to a certain aspect, but I felt like the first one, the part 1 that they did, I guess, well, it wasn't called part 1.
No, it was just called Code 8.
Code 8 was the original. The first one was, I thought that was more well executed than this one. I don't know why. You didn't see the first one?
I did. I watched the first one right before I watched the second one.
Right. And I didn't know we were going to do this one.
Yeah.
So I watched the first one and I said, okay, because I saw the Code 8 part 2 and I thought, all right, this looks like a cool movie. So I watched the first one and I didn't know that we were going to do this one because I think you guys were talking about wanting to do a documentary, and we went back and forth on it because it was 4 parts, and he said, "Hey,
Yeah, that
we
was
got
my
to
bad.
scratch." Yeah, we scratched it, so we end up.
Yeah, we scratched it. I was
Yeah.
down for the 4 parts, but usually we don't do them when there's more.
Yeah.
2 is the max. If there's 2
Right.
parts, we'll go ahead and do it.
Right.
Like you did with Demon Castle. But if there's more than 2 parts, we consider that a series and we don't touch them.
Right.
So yeah, I had to double check with Rich, and Rich was like, "Nope, let's replace it." So we replaced it. Now, I kind of wanted Rich to not see part 1. So I did not say what you and I had talked about, because I wanted Jay to see part 1 and I wanted you not to see part 1. So
I'd already seen
I
part
could
1
see
before
your
you
difference
told
of
me.
opinion. Now, I did watch part 1 and then I watched part 2 the next day. I agree.
Yeah.
I think the story is better in part 1. And Robert says, do you have to watch the first one? And I would say no.
No, because
Unless-
they do a great
really.
job.
I think they
Not
do
really.
a great job of explaining the universe.
Right
And the
off the
second
bat.
one, it's really not much of a continuation, except for the fact that he's getting out of jail, and you kind of want to figure out why he's in jail.
Yeah. That's the only part that you would have to kind of connect, and so
and connect the two brothers. Who
yeah,
they're
they're not really brothers.
They're not brothers. They're brothers in real life, but they're not brothers in the show.
No, they're cousins in real life.
Cousins. That's right. I know they're related, but I couldn't remember how.
And the one that is the kind of anti-hero, you could say, is is Green Arrow, but he also was a wrestler in WWE. Then he went on to do that TV series, Heels. Did you ever watch Heels on Stars?
No, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I watched. I think I watched a couple episodes of that.
Yeah. Okay, but so
I watched more Arrow than I watched Hill.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Arrow too, and I think they're both substantial actors. I didn't have a problem with that part.
Yeah,
I just found the storyline.
Sun Kang was in the first one.
Yeah, I found the storyline just a little bit.
Yeah, I could see it. It's definitely overdone. It's really I mean, yeah, it's a tired story.
I like the action and I like the robotics that they did in there. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a storyline for Serenity, basically, because they did something bad, and this girl has the information to really stick it to the police.
Yeah,
and they're trying to kill her, and the bad guys are trying to save her, and it's basically corrupt cops and all that's Street Kings and Departed and all that kind of stuff all has a similar vibe. The only difference is they've got superpowers. And there's robot dogs and robot dudes that kill people.
I am going to go check out the first one eventually.
Yeah, I did like the girl's powers. I thought that was pretty cool how she was able to convert the dogs. I mean, I guess we shouldn't be giving too much spoilers away, but I like her powers.
I don't want to do too many spoilers.
What she was capable of doing. I liked her powers and what she was capable of doing. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. And which is interesting, between Code 8 and Megamind, I actually gave a lower score on Code 8 than I did on Megamind.
You did.
Oh,
yeah, you did.
Yeah, I would watch Code 8 Part 2 again. If I was bored, I would throw it on, and I had no issues.
I might have to give it a second chance and watch it again. And so,
I'm glad Dave picked it.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad. I kind of enjoyed it. I'm not suggesting I don't highly recommend it or anything, but you know what? There's worse things to watch on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But,
I mean,
but yeah, I mean, as far as our highlights, Rich and I actually have a couple of 8s in this.
Yeah.
For Rich for story and for visuals and for genre. And then I have an 8 for visuals and I have an 8 for the subgenre. So yeah, there was actually a couple things that I really liked, but let's go to our final score on Code 8 Part 2, you guys. This is on Netflix. There it is. IMDb is giving this a 5.7. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 67%. Audience score 62%.
Wow.
Rich, you gave it a 67. I gave it a 69. Jay gave it a 37 for a total average score of 57.67.
I'm on the hate nation right now.
You're like 30 points close. I was like, wow, Jay really didn't like that one.
Wow.
But that's okay. Because what?
It's okay. All film is subjective, and it's the average of the three of us.
Yep.
This would have actually scored higher if it would have just been Rich and I.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Probably would have went up like 2 or 3 spots.
Yeah. And I can see what I can.
It has Dolby Vision. That's right. It does.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see how it has an effect.
I did like the visuals on it.
Yeah.
I did too.
All right. So we had a tie for the next one. So when meaning they both got the same average score. So we had 2 movies with the same average score. So what I did was I took the average score of Rich and I as the tiebreaker. So that put one movie above the other one. So coming in at number 8, any guesses?
I'll let Rich go this time.
The Hill.
No.
Gobble
Jay,
Gobble. Thanksgiving.
No, but close. Spaceman comes in.
Oh my goodness.
Spaceman comes in at number 8. This is the Adam Sandler Czechoslovakian astronaut movie, which was really interesting. So I'm going to read the synopsis on this. It says, half a year into his solo mission on the edge of the solar system, an astronaut concerned with the state of his life back on Earth is helped by an ancient creature he discovers in the bowels of his ship. So, and you've got, you got Adam Sandler as the star of this. You've got Carey Mulligan as his wife. You've got Paul Dano as the voice of the creature. It's got a cast.
It does.
It does.
And I'm going to continue by saying I hate Adam Sandler. So moving on to what we're... So, Jay, what were your thoughts on this one?
Okay. I am okay with Adam Sandler taking on serious roles. I liked him in Punch Drunk Love, and I liked him in Uncut Gems. This role,
I have not seen Uncut Gems.
Either have I.
You'd be surprised. This one didn't cut it. The thing that really drove me nuts, and I think I think the whispering between going back and forth. I shouldn't say whispering, but the soft talk, going back and forth between the spider.
Yeah,
just was dull and boring. And I think Paul Dano is a great actor. I mean,
he is. Paul Dano is an amazing actor. But he was just, don't be afraid, skinny human.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, what the hell?
Well, you're just taking the words right out of my mouth, right there.
Hey, what's up, Brian? Good to see you.
What's up, Brian?
Jim's really good. Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah. Yes, it is a good movie. I got the story and I understood what the point of the story is, and because he was choosing his career over his personal life and his wife and
right. And he was, he's been alone for 6 months. It's just been him isolated on the ship.
And see, that's what I liked. I liked that how much he was missing Carey Mulligan.
Yeah.
I dug how he was starting to fuck with him. That's my favorite part of the movie. It was that misconnection that he had with his wife. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
And I think that's where that movie shines. And anywhere else, the visuals were great.
I did like the the cloud or whatever that
Yeah.
was that he was observing. I like the effect on that. I didn't care for the effect on the creature, or
See, I didn't think that looked bad.
I didn't think it looked bad. It just wasn't great. What I didn't like were the things coming out of him, out of the creature, the little monster, the little guys,
Oh,
the whatever they were called, the things that were trying to kill him. That just
Were they like little squares or something like that?
yeah, the little bugs or whatever that were
Mhm.
like trying to get him alive. I don't know what the deal was, but
Yeah.
that kind of bugged me. I wasn't supposed to like Carey Mulligan's character here because she was basically thinking of herself,
Yeah.
and
Well, so was Adam Sandler too.
so was
Right.
Adam Sandler. Adam
Right.
Sandler was thinking of himself initially,
Yeah.
which is why he took the job, and then he, basically, and the creature was like making him see that, and I liked that part of the story to where the creature was like his conscience.
Yes.
So, I don't even know for sure whether the creature was real or just in his mind, right?
See, that's the way I took it. At first, I said,
Yeah.
I think this is in his mind.
This is a hallucination because
Mhm.
he was actually afraid of spiders, and he had that dream where it was coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
And like going around his eye and stuff. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden there's this creature that looks exactly like that.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
thought it was in his
I
mind.
thought this was okay. I didn't love it. I wouldn't watch it again.
No.
It's very boring.
Adam
No.
Sandler does not know how to cry. There's movie. He's like trying to cry, and it looks like he's taking a shit. And I can't. I
Yeah.
couldn't. That knocked down the acting score for me. I was just not. I wasn't here for that. And Carey Mulligan, didn't have much of a role, so she couldn't really bring up the acting score for me. She's amazing.
Right.
She could act out the phone book, and I'd give it a 10. I think she's brilliant.
She carried Maestro.
Yeah.
She was my pick for best actress, even though I'm glad Emma Stone won it, but she was my pick for best actress. She was the best thing that came out of Maestro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Maestro yet, and that's on my list to watch. So.
It's about as exciting as Spaceman.
It's about as exciting as watching paint dry, unless you have a classical upbringing. I enjoyed it a little more than that.
I appreciated the performances in Maestro. Bradley Cooper, Carey Mulligan.
Anybody miss Carey? Yeah. Anybody miss Carey? I think she's just amazing. I wouldn't make it all the way through and give up after the fourth time. Too slow for me. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
what's our highlights?
Our highlights on this. Where's mine? There's my score. There it is. Let's see. We actually have Rich, you have a 9 for cast and a 9 for acting, 8 for story, 8 for visuals, 8 for genre, 8 for subgenre. Now, I treated this as a drama as the genre and then sci-fi as the subgenre because it was a dramatic movie. It just takes place in space. So Jay, you actually have an 8 for cast, and then your next highest is a 6 for visuals. Everything else is 5s and 4s. I actually gave a 10 for cast. I gave an 8 for visuals, and then a 7 for ending. And after that, it's all 6s and 5s. So let's go to our final score on Spaceman, coming in 8th place, you guys. IMDb is giving this a 5.8. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 52%. Audience score 65%. Rich gave it a 76. I gave it a 63.
Yeah.
Jay gave it a 48. Our total average score 62.33.
Wow.
So we're really far apart on this one.
Yeah, all three of us.
But we kind of have the same thoughts. It's just Rich didn't think that was a deal breaker in some cases where I did. Because he gave the acting a 9. I think I gave it a 5.
Yeah,
because Adam Sandler really turns my melt sour. I just can't.
To me, it was just that love part. Him realize how much he loved Carey Mulligan.
Damn, Jay. Jay is ruthless.
I can't. I'm just being honest with.
Now he's being how he felt. Now, Coming in at number 7 was Thanksgiving.
I liked this a lot.
So Thanksgiving
boy.
and Spaceman actually tied an average score, but because Rich and my average score was just a half a point higher than our average score for Spaceman, that's why this one takes the spot. You leaving? Okay. Come out. All right. Love you.
You thought I was ruthless
Come on.
on Spaceman, Robert. Wait till you see my score on this.
Love you,
one.
baby.
Love that movie too.
Okay.
I
So,
like
yeah.
this. This was a
Daughter
fun.
and grandson had to go. So,
Careful.
yep. And she says, freaking love Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was.
I
It
had
was a
fun
fun
with
movie.
Thanksgiving. I thought, I mean, it's not anything special, but it was a nice little slasher. I was okay with it.
I
Jay,
even
what
bought
were your
it.
thoughts on this? I saw your score, so I know your thoughts on it, but I want to hear your thoughts.
Jay, you're killing us.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. After this, we're gonna give out your code.
Yeah. Maybe you'll forgive me after this one.
No, Jay.
I don't
He says
know.
no. Rob says no. Oh, he has it on digital as well. All right.
Maybe it's me. I mean, I'm okay with horror genres, but it was too weird for me. Me, I only knew, maybe it's me. I'm not a huge in the horror genre, and I only knew like a few of the actors, and maybe I need to. Maybe it's just the Gen X in me. Not know. I need to get on learning more of the cast and stuff like that when I watch movies and do my
You said you're
research.
not a horror guy, right?
Right. I mean, I am and I'm not. If that makes sense. I like if you were to say, "Hey Jay, we're going to watch Poltergeist," I'll be there all day.
Yeah. Do you like slashers in general, or
Yeah.
does
Question.
do you prefer like the
yes
paranormal
and no.
stuff and
It's kind of like how Rich is with
with comedies? I get it.
comedies. Yeah,
I knew he was going to say that.
yeah. Because I know he could take or leave certain comedies, and
Mhm.
I mean, I can watch like Halloween. I can watch Freddy Krueger movies.
Yeah.
And I can watch, and I've only watched like the first 2 Scream movies, and I'm done. It's like, and I can watch The Omen. I watched all, and
Love it.
and then, but when it gets to campy horror movies, some campy horror movies, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. No, Caveman, you jumped out of the boat and with horror movies. You don't watch them. So
Yeah, I mean, I can laugh at some of them. I mean, I like that one horror movie where they came out where the girl goes back in time. That was kind of like a parody of.
Happy Death Day.
Was that the one? It was a parody
that's a
of
Groundhog Day type thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy Death Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That I found. I kind of got into that one. I thought that was pretty funny, and I enjoyed that one. But and I didn't know it, but Nate said this was, or Eli Roth directed this one.
Yeah.
And it was based off of from the Grindhouse.
Like a trailer, wasn't it, in Grindhouse?
Yeah, Grindhouse trailer.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that until after I watched this movie. I might have maybe, and I gave you my review after all that, and maybe I would have enjoyed it more if I had known that. Who knows?
I think this is worth a watch. It's on Netflix. It's on Blu-ray.
I had fun with it. I've seen
did too.
some terrible horror movies this year.
Yes.
Yeah, we
And
have.
and so I watched this one. I was like,
Imaginary.
yeah. That was my fault. But Imaginary. But this was okay.
Yeah.
I had fun with it. I'd watch it again.
Yeah, you bought it, right?
Yeah, I bought it on Blu-ray.
We both bought it. Yeah.
I've already seen it again, and I had a lot of fun with it. So
I did too.
I definitely think this is recommended.
If you like slashers, this is
If you like slashers, then yeah, go for this. If you're not a horror movie, if you're caveman, you don't like horror movies, don't watch this. This is
watch Charlie
not
Brown
great.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, watch Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving instead.
There we
That'd
go.
be better for him. All right. Going to the highlights. Rich has 8s for visuals, direction, and genre. And 7s for cast, plot, story. And then Rich and I both have 10s for the subgenre as a slasher because the good kills, the gore, solid stuff there. So we're both on the same page there. I gave an 8 for the plot. I love the trailer on this. And then I gave 7s for cast, story, visuals, and genre. And then Jay, you gave a 6 for the cast, and then pretty much 5s down the road, and then a couple of 4s, and then a 3 for the subgenre. So no likey the slasher movies for Jay. Let's go to our final scores on Thanksgiving, closing this one out. IMDb is giving this a 6.3. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 84%, audience score 80%, which is odd. Usually they lowball the horror movie, but I think Eli Roth probably raised this up a little bit. But Rich, you gave it a 72. I gave it a 68. Jay gave it a 47 for an average score of 62.33. Again, Jay.
Sorry, Robert.
Still in the curve.
Don't hate me. Don't hate me, Robert.
Imaginary sucks a rod.
It so did.
It wasn't very good. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That Black Friday opening is classic. I like the Black Friday opening of Thanksgiving. I thought that was awesome. That screamed Eli Roth.
Yeah.
Hey, there's my bro, Mike. Good. Yeah, loving the movies this week. Thanks, bro.
Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Jay the Butcher. Okay. I messed up. I don't know why I have this in this order, but actually, I think Jay, you called this. Oh no. Rich, you called this.
Digital code first, right?
Because Code 8 did come in 9th, but actually number 8 was The Hill.
Right.
So
wait a minute. You said you were going to give the digital code after.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to give the digital code away, but I did mess up on the score. So
so it's still in the bottom 5.
Still in the bottom 5. So I'm going to get that out of the way.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad.
That's okay. No, that's my bad. I messed up.
Okay.
I gotta load the code really quick. So yeah, we're gonna do The Hill, and then we'll pick up the order again.
Okay.
All right. So the first code, this is for Sicario, Day of the Soldado. So this is a sequel, and this is per Jay. So Jay's giving out this code, you guys. So big thank you to Jay for giving this code out.
Yep, thank you, Jay.
Here it is.
Isn't this Dune guy, Dylan Navuv, whatever his name is?
No, he did the first one.
Benicio del Toro is the guy who stars in this.
No, the director. He did the first one.
He did the first one.
Yeah, I didn't know if he did the second one.
He did the first one. I don't think he did the second one.
But James Borland's in this one. That's
James Brolin, yeah. Because he was in the first one too.
Yeah.
This one is
this
one has more action in it, but I like both of them.
They're both great films.
Yeah.
They're both great films. I hope they come out with a third one.
I would like to see the Dune guy come back and do another one before he hits Messiah.
Yeah.
That would be, I don't know. They say that there's a script that's already been written for this one. So I hear, but I don't know. They need to have a third one.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys get that digital code, just announce on the chat that you got it so I can take the picture off.
And I also want to shout out to Dave too, man. I'm loving the new graphics you did. Just want to
thanks, man.
Tell you that if I hadn't had a chance. I love the new opening.
Appreciate
that. Hope someone gets it. Otherwise,
I'm good, meaning you already have it.
No, Robert has the movie.
Yeah, I know Robert has the movie because I know I have the movie.
I have the movie.
But yeah, now, I personally like I like the first one better than the second one, but I still think the second one's good.
They're both
Yeah.
good movies.
I enjoyed them a lot, but I really liked the story of the first one and the suspense in it. It was really intense. I didn't feel that as much with the second one, but I still solid 80 for me for the second one.
At the ending of when he goes into the hotel and room and tells her that would make me shit my pants, man.
Yeah.
I can't. Was it the line? He's like, "I'm the wolf, you're the sheep," or something like that.
Yeah.
Has anybody got it?
Any takers for the code? If anybody wants Sicario Day of the Soldado, please grab the code and announce that you got it. I'm going to leave it up for a few more seconds and then I'm going to take it down. But if you didn't get it and you want the code, I'll bring it back up. What's underneath the digital code? A potato sack.
Well,
yeah, Robert.
For that, I'm gonna go ahead and tell what movies are coming next week that we'll be doing.
All right,
we're gonna be doing Imaginary, which is we just talked about. It's in the movie theater.
We're gonna review it.
Yeah, Anyone But You on Blu-ray and digital. Wish on Blu-ray and VOD. Night Shift
got it.
on VOD.
Corey.
Good job, Corey. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Corey. And Rumble Through the Dark on Blu-ray. I really liked Anyone But You.
I want to see
like
that
it because I bought it. I also bought Rumble Through the Dark. So
yeah.
All right. Yep. Congrats, Corey. Great
Corey,
job.
Have you seen the movie before, Corey? By the way,
I don't know if he has or not.
So we're doing The Hill next, right?
We're doing The Hill next.
I gotta find it. There we go.
So The Hill, this actually was the true 8th place.
yes.
Yeah, have it and love it.
Excellent.
I liked Anyone. Okay. Thanks,
Yeah.
Rob. But yeah, so I'm gonna watch that. And yeah, I've got to get the digital up on my side.
This movie, I had more expectations for it.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
I love
agree too.
baseball. I wasn't familiar with this story at all. Did no clue. Dennis Quaid felt like he wasn't really invested in this movie. It felt like he was just there for a paycheck.
Yeah.
The acting wasn't good. It just felt it was very generic.
Yeah, I agree with that. This was
no Rookie.
This was no Rookie. This is
No.
what I expected. I wanted another Rookie.
Yeah, that's what I had going in.
And I got like a subpar Footloose plot,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
With baseball.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and to have Scott Glenn in this movie, but have him just a cameo at the end was kind of disappointing. But I gave props to the actual person who is this story is about is in this movie.
I saw that.
He played one of the coaches at the tryouts.
I didn't even notice.
The one that he got into the argument with.
Oh, really? That's him?
Before he started hitting the bangers over to Scott Glenn. That was him. That's the actual guy. So I thought that was kind of cool. I watched some of the special features to get some idea of how the movie was made and stuff. So that kind of improved my my view on it. But it felt evangelistic to me.
But not in a good way.
Not in a good way. Not in a Jesus Revolution way, but more in a like a Tammy Faye Baker way. Like I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
Because with
have you seen that movie yet though?
The Tammy Faye Baker movie?
I have not seen that yet.
With Andrew Garfield and Jessica Chastain.
That movie's actually pretty good.
That movie's fantastic. That is really good.
Scott Glenn must be 100 by now. He looked 100.
He did.
He
looked like
he looked 100. But I'm going to read the synopsis. It says the remarkable true life story of Ricky Hill's improbable journey to play Major League Baseball. Really simple, based on a true story. But yeah, this was phoned in as far as the acting goes. The story was okay. I liked some of the baseball scenes, but there wasn't really a whole lot of game stuff.
Mm-mm.
But
I understand why, because it was his. Yeah, because he really didn't have a career. I mean, he was a minor.
No, but I mean, neither did Dennis Quaid's character in The Rookie. He had 2 years in the majors, but he was great. That movie was awesome.
That story was great because that was based
really
off
never
of
made
that.
it out of the minors. He made it. I don't think he made it out of the minors. He didn't make it to major leagues at all. Which is kind of sad. But yeah, these OG actors are getting up there in age like us. I know, right? You know,
Roberts.
But they're aging like fine wine, and we age like
We
milk.
are not.
No. There was nothing, like you said. I mean, when I want to see a sports movie, which I thought this was going to be, I want to see some sports. I want to see, like, 42.
Oh, fantastic.
Good movie.
You got to see.
Yeah, baseball. You actually got to see some baseball happen.
What's another? Like you said, The Rookie. What's another? I mean,
Remember the Titans?
Remember the Titans?
I'm going baseball. I'm thinking The Natural.
The Natural. Yeah, I mean,
Moneyball.
Yeah,
Moneyball.
Moneyball had baseball in it.
Yeah, For the Love of the Game.
This was more of a relationship.
Trouble with the Curve.
This was more about a relationship between the father and the son, and how the father created him a lot because he didn't want him playing sports because of his disability. He was really
he just was like, no, you can't. No, you need to. You're going to be a pastor. That's it. And that's a tired story too. How the father lives vicariously through the child and forces the child to do what he wants him to do, and the kid has his own thoughts and dreams.
All right, and I get the point of what they're trying to tell there, but couldn't they have toned that down a little bit and showed a little bit more of the kid playing some sports at least?
I would have liked that.
That's where I got frustrated with this movie. I was like, come on.
This movie was hard to keep my attention. I kept going to my
slow. It dragged. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was good, but it really did not meet my expectations. I was disappointed.
The thing that bothered me the most is how they were showing people in the church that were smoking and
spitting tobacco and stuff. And
I was really disgusted by that.
I guess that's a thing in the South, but yeah, that was awful.
Yeah. I was just like, why?
Yeah.
And the father wasn't fazed by it. It's like,
well, no, he calls him out. He
does call him out.
But I think that was
the first time, but then the second time he keeps his tail between his legs.
Yeah. It's just like
Illumination does Minions. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And for in my
Sandlot.
There's more baseball in that.
Keep baseball movies. He's keep them coming, dude. Just like
in my I don't know. I just think there could have been a different direct. I guess if that's how the nature of the story was, I guess show it. But oh my goodness, I think it was shown too much.
Yeah.
All right. So some of our highlights here. Let's see. Rich, you gave an 8 to the story, and you gave 7s to the trailer and the ending. I gave a 9 to the ending because I liked the getting the actual story and hearing more about the actual guy and what happened. So that surprised me that I scored the ending higher than Rich, because usually he really likes that stuff.
Yeah.
But then I gave 7s to the cast, the trailer, the story, and the sound. Because I like some of that music that they played and stuff, and the just the crack of that bat was pretty awesome. But that was all they were
Mhm.
showing, was him just knocking home runs.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see more of that. So Jay, you were a 6 magnet on this one. So cast, acting, trailer, story, visuals, and genre, all 6s, and then a 2 for direction. So you definitely did not like the direction here, but come on, Rich. Major League, keep them coming. Bad News Bears. I'm feeling you, Robert. But yeah, let's go to our final score. I actually gave this one a higher score than you guys did, and I was surprised because I was disappointed. But my score was actually higher. Still not. I'm not going to recommend this. I wouldn't watch this again.
No.
It's not a
No.
bad watch, but it does not meet expectations. But let's go to our final scores. IMDb is giving this a 6.7. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 44%. Audience score 97%. I don't know where this is coming from.
Wow.
But Rich gave it a 58. I gave it a 66. Jay gave it a 53. Our average score was 59. So that puts it higher than Code 8 Part 2, but lower than Spaceman.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that'll be fixed on the.
All right, so Spaceman was
Curve.
lower than the Hill.
Which one was lower than the Hill?
Spaceman.
So Spaceman and
No.
the
Spaceman was higher.
higher.
So,
Okay.
So Spaceman was higher. Code 8 was lower.
Okay. All right. Got it.
Because Code 8's score 57.67, Spaceman's score 62.33.
Got it.
So the Hill's right there in the middle.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Now we're into the bottom 5.
Now we're top 5.
Top
We're
five.
done with the bottom 5. We're on to the top 5. All right. So
Hey,
which
we're doing
one did
pretty
you
good,
think came in at
I'm
number
gonna-
5?
I'm going to say American Sympathy. Sympathy.
Sympathy. American Sympathy. Yes.
Mike
That's
Tyson.
what the movie should be titled, I think.
Mike
Yeah.
Tyson.
So you're going to go American Symphony?
I'm with him on that.
Yeah. The audience was Dennis Quaid's family.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Or the producers or whatever. But man,
Yeah.
it seemed like everybody loved it. $1 Million Arm, Hardball, The Scout, Bull Durham. Okay. I'm kind of getting tired of that, Rob. We're off the baseball movies now. We are on to American Symphony. Coming in 5th place, you guys. And this is John Baptiste. Basically, this is like his Rachmaninoff. So it was like his thing that he's talks about his relationship with his wife, and maybe I should just read the synopsis. How about that?
Yeah,
I'll do that
because I have issues with this movie.
Uh-oh. I'm afraid to hear.
All right. So, in this deeply intimate documentary, musician John Baptiste attempts to compose a symphony as his wife, writer Suleika Jawad, undergoes cancer treatment. So, Rich, you have the floor. What were your thoughts?
Okay, if my girlfriend was going through that cancer shit, there is no fucking way. Yeah, what's up, Cal? There is no fucking way I would be able to leave like he left.
Oh,
I don't care what my career was. There is no way I would have left my girlfriend's side. None. I was like, dude, really? You're gonna leave your girlfriend or your wife, whatever she was, and just go play music? No fucking way. There's just that's the only thing that bothered me about this movie. There's no way I would be able to do it. I couldn't look in the mirror because it's almost like abandonment to me in my eyes. I don't care if he was the highest paid musician, he won a Grammy, whatever the fuck it was. There's just no way I would be able to abandon my girlfriend like that, especially in that time of need.
No.
There's no way I'll be able to leave the hospital. Okay, I'm done.
All right.
Okay.
I can see where you're.
So, Jay, what were your thoughts?
I can see where you could have your feelings on that. maybe she said you have to work to put food on the table, and that's and he was there. I saw watching this film. I saw him there a lot of the time. He was there, and he was sleeping there. He was there all the time. When I don't think he really abandoned her, and it wasn't intentional. I think I've and Brian, to answer your question, I went through cancer myself. I'm a survivor of cancer myself.
Me too.
I didn't have
And
cancer, but I had a pituitary tumor.
yeah, and I had
So I got
cancer, and
That's why you got tits? Is that what you said?
yeah, and you know, it's a tough call to say how
That's just me personally.
I
There's just
understand.
no way I
And,
could
and,
even.
and, and,
I see your point. I see how that would sour the milk for you.
right.
But I saw it as their relationships seem more business than personal. Like they kind of grew together, and then they were like, no, we've got to follow our commitments, and then when I get a chance, I'll come back.
Right.
No way.
I agree but I wouldn't have even done the documentary.
Yeah.
If my wife were sick with cancer, if I was doing the documentary and then my wife got sick, because that's looks like what happened. They were starting to do this,
Yeah.
and then she got sick. She relapsed, right? And then I would have dropped everything. I'd have stopped the documentary. I'd have said, no, fuck, over. And 100% to my wife, I would have canceled all my shows.
Yeah.
But that
But
didn't
it
happen.
also looked like kind of like a journal as well as a documentary.
Oh, he meant at Walmart. Oh, sorry, Brian. We're like, yeah, we're cancer survivors. We're like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I've been in remission. I mean, what's the word? I've been in remission for almost over 10 years, so I'm good.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
So yeah, it was a good journey. And you know, your family's there for you, but they have their lives as well. So you
Yeah.
can't always have, you know, they can't drop out on a dime. But you know, I mean, they weren't married. You know, they, like you said, they got married after she was in remission, but then she got sick again. So
Yeah.
it was a project, and I don't know. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, Rich.
Yeah.
But I think
I did not have the issue that you did, but I
Like,
get
that's
it.
I
just
think
rubbed me
they
the
wanted to
wrong-
make it a journey.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to, when they saw this, I think they wanted to make it a journey of how people go through this kind of stages of cancer, and how he is
And how he's trying
trying
to
to
yeah.
how he's trying to work his projects and be there for his wife at the same time. I
Yeah.
think that's how I saw it.
I saw that message. I agree with that. But yeah, well, it's the same thing. I mean, we talk about how, how I look at, like, glorifying drug use in movies and infidelity and things like that. Those rub me the wrong way. So I could totally see how something like this would rub you the wrong way. But the classical music lover in me enjoyed this. Because I have, like we talked about, I have a classical upbringing with my grandparents, and I loved the symphony. I loved his take on what he was doing. I love the music. That whole concert at the end was really cool. I've been a fan of his since I saw him on Stephen Colbert. So
Yes.
I know about John Baptiste, and I was happy when he won his Grammys and all that stuff. But I didn't learn anything from this documentary. That's my sour point here. Is a documentary is either supposed to educate or infuriate.
Yeah.
And it was just basically like, look at me. We're still doing this, surviving, she's surviving cancer. I'm doing this symphony, and it's all about this. And congratulations on the Oscar nomination. The performance at the Oscars was really good. I love the song. I think Billie Eilish winning, I think that was the best song.
Yeah.
So, but congrats to him. I think this was an interesting documentary, but I wouldn't really call it a documentary. It's a biography, is basically what it is.
That's what I would call it too. I would call it a biography.
So I did put that as the subgenre as biography because it's kind of just a story about him and her and their relationship, professional and personal.
Yeah.
That's what I called it, a journal. I called it more of a
I like that, like a diary. Yeah.
Diary.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
And I think it was just about, showing their relationship, how they, because she has her own career as well and what she does. She's an artist, and
She was a good artist.
Yes, she is, and I think she says, you got your career, you got to do these things, and sometimes you got, and when you are, and I know from my personal experience as a cancer survivor, you got your loved ones. They got to keep themselves focused. They just can't be them. You can't be self-absorbed. And like, if I'm over here being sick, and you're over here 100% of the time with me, it's going to drive you nuts. You got to go out there and live your life while I'm trying.
See, I totally disagree. Just for me, I totally disagree, because if my girlfriend was in a hospital bed, it wouldn't drive me nuts. I am there. Whatever. If I need to wipe her ass, I need to do anything, I would be there. There's just no.
Well, I mean, you still be there. I'm not saying that you can't.
I would. I mean, that's just the way I'm.
Let me play devil's advocate with you, Rich. What if it was you? Would you want your girlfriend to be there all the time for you, or would you want her to continue on with what she needed to do?
I would. Here we go. I would say no. I don't know, because she would have to take care of the kids.
Right.
Just no
other responsibilities, other things that need to be done. And you were like, "Don't worry about me. Go take care of them."
But so as a man,
I know you're.
Yeah, as a man,
I get it.
We are supposed to take care of.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it.
Yeah. Okay. So little misogynist showing up. That's fine. It's totally fine.
No, I don't mean it that way.
It's totally fine. All misogyny is subjective. But no, I totally get it. It's just, just to see the shoe on the other foot. If it was Jean-Baptiste that was sick, would his wife do the same thing? Would she continue with her artwork and do her thing and then go see him when she got a chance? Or would she just shut everything down and devote everything to him? I feel the same way as you. If my wife got sick while I was filming the documentary, I'd have shut the whole thing down. I'd have been it's over. I'm going to spend time with her. If it was me, I would tell my wife to continue do your work. Don't worry about me. I'm okay.
We got this.
It's just we're naturally the protector. We just have that in our nature where we're the protector. And I get that. I totally get it. It didn't affect me as it did you.
Right. I didn't see it.
Don't worry,
way.
Rick. You're a good guy. See, Corey, you're a great guy. Robert says you're a great guy.
You're a great guy, Rich.
You're a great guy, Rich.
I saw him. I would say he was there.
He was there for the important stuff. I think
he was there when she was getting her bone marrow and when she was getting, But
I mean, if you've got Carnegie Hall booked for this, and it's like, well, crap, if I lose this, I'm not going to get Carnegie Hall ever again. So that's got to be a business decision. And I mean, if I were to do that, if I had Carnegie Hall booked for a show of By the Numbers.
Okay, let's do that. Me and you have By the Numbers booked for Carnegie Hall.
For Carnegie
Your
Hall.
Your wife or my girlfriend gets sick. It's in the hospital.
I would have canceled the show.
There we go.
But my wife would have been pissed.
Yes.
She probably would have. She probably wouldn't speak to me for a while, if I did that because you had Carnegie Hall booked, you bastard.
Yeah.
You go do your
See,
thing.
we would
and
be-
there would be no way I couldn't keep it straight.
And I
There'd
would be
no way.
encouraging you to cancel the show. I'd be like,
Yeah.
Dave, we got to cancel.
I'd be like, we got to cancel the show, like we did last week.
yeah.
It was like I can't.
Yeah.
And you know. And what's up,
What's up,
Steve?
Steve?
Hey, Steve, what's up?
Good to see you on here. And you're actually just in time because we're doing 10 movies. So instead of coming in for the last one, you get to see the last 5.
Yeah.
And the fifth one has a good debate.
Good, yeah.
Right.
Good debate. I like this. But let's go to our highlights on it.
All right. Absolutely.
So we can kind of close this out. So Rich, your highest are 8s, and you gave 8s for sound and for genre. You gave 7s to the acting, story, and subgenre. Jay, you were an 8 magnet on this one, so you gave 8s to ending, story, visual, sound, genre, and subgenre, and then 7s to acting and plot. I gave a 10 to the sound. I love the music here.
Yeah.
I gave a
should've given a higher
9.
score to
In
the
my
sound.
classical upbringing, I was loving all this. I gave a 9 to the acting. I gave 8s to the ending and story, and to the subgenre. And then everything else is like 6s. But let's go to our final scores on. Where's my thing? There it is. On American Symphony, coming in 5th place, you guys. IMDb is giving this a 6.8. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 94%. Audience score 77%. Rich gave it a 60. I gave it a 74. Jay gave it a 70 for a total average score of 68.
Hey,
I think that's a pretty
Jay.
good score, average wise.
Yeah, I agree.
that is a good score. I agree.
Yeah.
What is it? Who's your favorite classical composer?
Chopin.
Mine is Mozart.
Mozart. Yeah.
Mhm.
I like Chopin, and then I like Strauss. Johann Strauss would be
Hey,
my number.
what's the problem with my score this time, Robert?
You just busted your balls, Jay.
Jay again.
Mine's better than Rich's.
Rich had the
That was a
shit
low
score
ball
this
one.
time. Rich had the low ball this time.
Yeah, really. Mine was better than Rich. I like this one. This is one.
Yeah, this was a good score for Jay.
This is a good score. Yes. Yeah. Never mind. Take it back.
Take it back. All right. Damn, Rich. It's Rich's fault.
Yeah.
What
You
did I
see why.
miss?
I said why. I had
Let's just
issues.
start. No, I am not starting over. We're already almost an hour and a half into this.
Yeah.
What's up, Evan? Man,
Good
it's
to
like
see you,
forever
Evan.
since the-
Hey, Evan. How are you guys? Can we start over? Sure.
Sure. Okay. Coming in at number 10. No, we're not. I would. There is gonna. We'll recap. I think a good recap is deserved here.
Absolutely.
Evan, you got to come back on, bro.
Yeah, Evan, we need you on for another by the numbers, man.
Yeah.
Or another high five.
High five.
Yeah.
we
So
got
Robert can
to
bust your
schedule out.
balls.
Yeah, I had to cancel next week's high five. It's just too much going on, but I hope to, we got another one coming up in April with Stacy, I think, right? I got to double check the
think
theme because we have I think we have Caveman for one too, but I think it's May.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've looked.
Yeah. All right. So number 4. Which one do you think is our number 4 movie?
Let me see. Is it going to be Damsel?
That's what I was gonna say. Was Damsel.
It's Damsel.
Okay, now guys, I don't know, but this on my we'll come back and correct.
We'll come
it.
back and correct Rich's scores. Just
I
here,
know he's
just got here, so I know he's messing things up.
I did mess up the 5th movie. I ain't gonna lie, because I had issues with it. But I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna go if it's my TV. But on yours. This fucking looks fantastic
This looks
in
great.
4K. Oh my gosh, the colors,
The
everything.
visuals on this were really, really good.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I
Yes.
agree. This was really good.
Yeah, this looked amazing.
Yeah.
Let me say one thing about Millie Bobby Brown. Is it Millie?
Yeah. Millie Bobby Brown.
Overrated.
Poor actor. Sorry.
What were you going to say?
Oh, nothing.
What did you say?
I just said,
Overrated and
an over
you said-
actor.
I think she's going to evolve because
I hope.
I think
she's gotten better
yeah, she's gotten better.
already. I do like her as Enola Holmes, but I really so far I'm only seeing one Millie Bobby Brown. I haven't seen her do anything different.
I think she's going to evolve. I think I mean because she's young. The more if she gets right into with the right director,
yeah,
and get the right roles, she's going to get that. She's going to get that award. She's going to get that trophy.
Put her in an Ari Aster movie or some shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
When she gets older, I can see her getting a trophy because I think she's got that potential to be a really good actress. I really do. Some of these roles that she's been doing. I mean, this one was. I thought this movie was a fun movie. I thought it was a good movie. It was.
I enjoyed
it was
this.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit a darker role for her than. I mean, well, shoot. What?
Well,
The
not as
movies
dark
that-
as Stranger Things, but
not as dark as Stranger Things. That's right. I should have said that. But from talking into a camera
Damsel
for
is
Enola
in Dolby
Holmes,
Vision. Yes,
breaking the fourth wall.
the
But this
visuals
one,
are beautiful.
the visuals are really great in here. You brought in.
I did like her in the Godzillas. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, Evan.
That's all. You brought in the composer. My mind.
I agree, Evan.
Okay.
She just recently got married too, I think.
Yeah, no, she's still engaged. They haven't got married yet.
Yeah,
but,
I think she's engaged.
Yeah, but she's. I think she will come into her roles. She'll pick better roles, and she will be a good actress. I mean, not that she's not already, but yeah,
Yeah, like she'll continue to
like
evolve.
Evan says right there.
Yeah.
Evan says
She's
it
handling
right.
her frame. I like this is well worded, Evan.
Yeah.
I think you spent a minute on this. Maybe, in the bathroom or something, you were thinking about this. And
Yeah,
this is a great quote to represent her. I think she
I agree 100%.
I think she is.
You
I
don't
think
see
she
her.
got too big for her britches with Stranger Things, where she thought she was better than she was.
Mm.
And then she had to taper down a little bit and realize, okay, I got knocked down a peg. Now I'm doing Netflix movies, and there's the train, and then and now I'm okay. But Damsel, I like this.
It was fun.
I like fantasy movies. There's a dragon in here, and the effects on the dragon are awesome. The woman who voices the dragon, I recognized her right off the bat.
yeah.
So I loved that. Yeah, that is a train.
Yeah, it's that time, man.
It's that time. It's actually
What if that
about
train's
4
gonna
minutes
hit,
late, I think.
Go by,
Yeah.
But
it's going to go by Robert's house pretty soon too.
I'll say Robert's in California.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Robert has trains go by his apartment.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a train, just a block, tracks about maybe a block and a half, 2 blocks. So we're supposed to storm here pretty soon, I think.
don't say that. My son loves Stranger Things and loves her. And I remember watching Natalie Portman and the generation before that, Julia Roberts. I think we judge young actors too harshly sometimes.
I agree.
All right.
I
Sure.
agree with that. I definitely agree with that. There.
Sounds like The Fugitive. Yeah.
But I'll say about this, like you guys said, the visuals were amazing on this.
Yeah.
You had a fairly great cast in here.
Yeah, you got Robin Wright in this.
Mhm.
Princess Buttercup herself is in this. You got and of course, yeah, you got Millie, you got why am I blanking? Ray Winstone, Angela
Ray Winstone.
Bassett.
Yeah,
Angela Bassett. She's a goat. She's a goat.
Yeah.
She's
She's a little
amazing.
She's due for a trophy too. And
Gosh, I really thought she was going to get it last year, but but I think she got a like an honorable Oscar, I think this year. Or one of those posthumous things that they give out to like whatever. Yeah, they said something about that on the Oscars where they had like four pictures lined up, and one of them was Angela Bassett.
wow.
And the train tracks are right by me practically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any train tracks up here. No. So if you hear any noises up here, it's bear
Yeah.
usually, or mountain lion.
Fuck that.
Anyway, let me read the plot for this. It says a dutiful damsel agrees to marry a handsome prince, only to find the royal family has recruited her as a sacrifice to repay an ancient debt.
Mhm.
And that's basically what it is. I do, and then throw her off the cliff, and then now she's got to fight for her life against this dragon. And I like how that played out. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think she should have been that good at fighting, but I'm okay with it. I'll take a 4-color universe on that. But I thought this was fun. I enjoyed this. This was a blast to watch visually, and I kind of liked the story. It was, it's been done before, sure, but the effects on the dragon really good.
And I like how I don't want to spoil it.
I thought it was a little bit. Did you say you thought it was done before? I thought the story was a little bit more original than
the girl fights the dragon.
Yeah, the girl fighting the dragon. I mean, it's Shrek.
Yeah.
If you look at it.
Okay.
But I mean, if you take the dragon out, then there's always like the maiden, marries the prince, and the royal family has something else in mind for her.
True.
You can take a couple of different plots from a couple of different movies and smack them together, add a dragon, and you got this. So I don't think this was an all original story. I do like the story. I like how it played out.
Right.
I like the dealings with the younger sister, and I like that, you're thinking the stepmother's the bad girl, and that's Angela Bassett was a stepmother, but actually she was good. And I really liked that. That was a part that I was expecting the Angela Bassett to be horrible, and she wasn't. So
right. Well, she caught on to the twisted plot.
She fought demigods before a dragon. Yeah. Okay.
Andrew Bassett.
I haven't gotten very far in Stranger Things. I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
I liked how the stepmother was kind of knew something was up before. Well, we won't go into that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how that played out. Yeah. Another original Netflix production. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was good. I enjoyed this. Let's go to our highlights on it. Rich, you have a 10 for cast.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a 9 for visuals. And then 8s for story and subgenre. 7s for ending, sound, and genre. I have a 10 for cast also. I have a 9 for visuals. I have a 9 for genre. I have an 8 for story and for ending. And then I have 7 for trailer and for subgenre. Jay, you have 8s for cast, acting, visuals, and I think that's it. Sound also. And then you have 7s for trailer, ending, and story, and then genre also. So good scores all the way around. And
Yeah.
in fact, the three of us are really close. Not exact like we did with Orion in the Dark, but really close. Let's go to our final scores on Damsel. You guys coming in fourth place. IMDb is giving this a 6.3. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 57%. Audience score 73%. Rich and Jay gave it a 72. I gave it a 75 for a total average score of 73, matching Rotten Tomatoes audience score.
That's a
I
good
think
score.
Hans Zimmer did the sound.
Yes, Hans Zimmer did the sound for this.
Yes. So we actually got him twice in here, believe it or not.
Yep. All right, we got 3 more movies.
Man, we're doing pretty good, man.
We're making pretty good time. All right, what do you think came in third this week?
Greatest Night in Pop.
Rich and Jay are tied. Did Hans do the sound for Riches? Wait, who has the lowest score? Okay, wait. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Who has the lowest score? Actually, yeah. Jay and Rich were both tied with the lowest score of 72.
Damn you, Jay.
Dang it.
Damn it, Jay. Robert says Poor Things. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna go with Poor Things.
Poor Things.
Yeah,
I said Greatest Night in Pop, but I would think Poor Things. Yeah, I
know how I scored the Greatest Night of Pop. So
yeah,
I'm hoping.
I know how he scored Greatest Night in Pop.
I know how I
Poor
scored
Things.
Greatest Night in Pop, so I'm going to go with Poor Things too.
Poor Things is third.
Wow.
But really good. This movie was really good.
It's a one-time watch.
It just,
I take that back. If you like titties and you like Emma Stone, and you
Emma
like seeing
Stone
Emma
naked,
fuck
having
a lot,
lots of sex,
then this movie's for you.
I might watch this again. I don't know. Maybe
get a bottle of Jergens and watch.
I was kind of taken back when I saw this, but it's not. If I watch this again, it's not just for that.
Yeah,
I don't think
I got a lot more out of the
good
story. Well, yeah, right. I got. It's a great story. And it makes sense to me what it was telling.
Yeah,
it's a well-made movie. Visually, it's stunning, and I don't mean just Emma Stone naked. I mean the costume design, the set design, everything about this movie visually is really good.
Yeah,
and the acting's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was well directed.
Yeah.
It just. I was trying to fit it in a genre though. This is where I was like, is this a comedy? Is it a drama? Is it a fantasy? What is this?
I called it
I say fantasy.
I called it a sex comedy. One part of it.
Comedy. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and then
romance also is because it could be a romantic comedy or something like that. But yeah, I was like,
but
I don't know.
There was one problem I had, and that's Mark Ruffalo. I think he's so overrated. He's just not a good actor to me.
One
I think he did too.
One for costume design, one for production design. I think. I think it won 4 Oscars.
I think it won for did it win for script as well?
Yeah, like original screenplay or adapted screenplay or whatever it was. Let
me see.
Where is it? So yeah, it won. Yeah, best achievement in makeup and hairstyling. Best performance.
Evan, that wasn't nice.
Best actress. Best achievement in production design and costume design. So costume design, production design, best actress, and makeup and hairstyling. That's
okay. Yeah. All right. It was basically Frankenstein sort of kind of retold in a different.
That ain't no lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. No, dude, you ain't lying, bro. You are not lying.
Sexy acid trip. I don't know if that. I don't know what it's like to be on acid, Robert. But if that's it, I don't think I want that. Unless Emma Stone's naked in all my acid trips, then I'll be okay with that.
Oh, that'd be the perfect trip. Like, who's
I'd be
lying?
like, that'd be a great trip. I'd book a ticket on that.
It just, if you notice, it's just how she was evolving each time you.
Mhm.
I mean, because she was speaking in like childlike dialogue, and then all of a sudden she kept getting smarter and smarter and smarter.
And I loved her body language in this too. The
Yeah.
way it's the way she moved. Yeah, I thought she was good in this. And I don't just mean
it was all about just self-discovery and I don't, you know, I mean, it was much more than that, you know, and independence but I don't think she understood what true love was until towards the end. And
yeah.
And I don't know. There's so much to tell what's going on. I mean, I would.
William Dafoe was
I
good
could
in
watch
this
it
too.
again. I can watch it again, and I can get past all the nudity and all that stuff. I mean, that's not what bothered me about. I mean, that. How can I say it? Oh boy, because no matter how you say it, it's just going to come back and.
You just wanted more dick in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. No, no. I mean,
it's okay, bro.
It caught me off guard when you saw
I froze
that.
for a second, and I come in, and Rich is like, "You just wanted more dick," and that.
No.
So, yeah.
No.
Okay.
That's
okay. Those are words. Those
the one
Rich's
part I liked.
Words for one movie.
The one part I did that I did like
for Court
about
of
the
Owls,
movie is
wanted more dick.
that when what character was it that he takes her off the ship and shows her the people suffering and everything.
Oh yeah, the lady's assistant or whatever that guy was. Yeah.
Yeah. And that just really opened up her eyes to what the world is really like. And so yeah.
But that goes to her performance.
And I mean, because she was still naive, and so then she gives all that money to the ship's hand, and they just kind of like
well, keeping it.
Yeah.
But yeah, not to spoil it anymore. So yeah, this is on physical now. It's also on Hulu.
I think it's on too, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't see it on Max.
Maybe I might be.
I see it on Prime, but it's for a price.
Yeah.
Is it on Max as well?
It is streaming.
I might be wrong. I could be wrong.
It is streaming on Hulu.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it's also available on physical media. I was like, I saw it yesterday, and I'm like, nope, I'm not buying it. But
yeah, I'm glad we waited.
Yeah, I'm glad we waited. This is not something. Now, Rich saw this in the theater.
Yeah, I didn't have to pay, which is nice.
I was like, I'm not going to pay for it. I agree, Robert. I think Emma killed it. I think Emma Stone did an amazing job here.
Yes.
Just Hulu or Disney Plus. Don't listen to Rich. Never listen to Rich. I see that it's on Hulu. I do not see that it's on Hulu.
I saw it on Hulu, Evan. And like I said, when they presented the Oscar, it was between the two. It was Lily Gladstone and Emma. And after because I thought for sure that Lily Gladstone.
I did too.
Was the shoo-in. But after I saw Poor Things, I was like, fuck. I really thought that it's going to be really close. And I'm not surprised that Emma Stone got it. I was not surprised at all.
Only available on Hulu, you guys, or you can rent it on Apple TV or rent it on Prime. It's only available for free on Hulu. I confirm that.
Right. So
damn, Evan. So
I was gonna say Evan's awesome. I don't care what he said.
Evan's amazing. Evan's like one of our favorite people for sure.
Even though he busts my balls.
He does. He's so good at it. Getting 18 to 24 inches of snow tomorrow, dude.
Damn. I was gonna say I wish I could get. Never mind. I'll leave that alone.
No, Well, you get snow all the time. I never.
Keep it there. We don't need any more in Iowa. We're done. I like the warm weather.
It's lightning and thunder in here. We're supposed to get damaging winds, hail.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Colorado, man.
Colorado. Oh yeah, right here in Colorado. That's right.
Uh,
I was just there.
you were.
Yeah, be safe, my friend.
Yeah, be safe, Evan. I mean Grant. Excuse me.
Yeah, I really liked this, but I'm agreeing with Rich. I think it's a one-time watch for me. I don't think I want to see this again. I mean, you know, Emma Stone naked, great, but now that I've seen it, I agree that Emma Stone deserves the Oscar. But yeah, when I was predicting the Oscars, for me it was either Lily Gladstone or Carey Mulligan.
You did
But
pick
I
Carey
hadn't
Mulligan.
seen Poor Things yet.
Yeah.
So I didn't see Poor Things until after the Oscars. And then I was like, oh, yeah, no, she deserves it. So I am totally not disappointed that she won it. She absolutely deserves it. But yeah, this is not something that I would buy. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't repeatedly watch it.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody wanted to see it, I'd watch it again with them. But now that I have the story, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like watching The Sixth Sense. Once you have the twist, you're like, I don't really need to see that movie again. It was great. But now that I know what the real story is, I don't really need to watch it again.
Well, let me ask you this. You said you wouldn't rewatch Sixth Sense, but would you watch Seven again with the Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah, I
different.
would.
That's a different
That's
kind
different.
of twist. Yeah, that's a different kind of twist.
Well, even though you know what's going to happen at the end. I'm okay. So
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you get this astounding twist that reshapes the entire movie. But once you have that, it's kind of like knowing how the magician did the trick.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really, you don't really feel like you don't really feel like watching the movie anymore. I mean, I have watched it again and it's still good, but I don't feel like I would go and watch it. Seven, I would watch every day and twice on Sunday because I love that movie straight through.
Oh yeah.
It's not like, now that I know how it ends, it's not spoiled for me. But The Sixth Sense and like this movie, now that I've seen all the way through, it's kind of spoiled to where I'm like, I know what happens. And it didn't make me laugh enough, or it wasn't as entertaining enough for me to watch it over and over and over again. But I think it's a great movie. It's just not something that I think needs to be watched repeatedly unless you absolutely want to watch. Now, and I don't want to say Emma Stone naked because that's over and done with.
Yeah.
But I really got a Frankenstein hit from this. I thought this was going to be a full-on Frankenstein. I thought Willem Dafoe, and I really think Willem Dafoe's character was underrated here.
Mm-hmm.
He did a fantastic job. I would have liked to see him be nominated for supporting actor as opposed to Mark Ruffalo. Because I thought he did great. And he reminded me of like Frankenstein with the chopped up face and stuff. And I think it would have been a cool, like a tie-in to Frankenstein if he was actually Frankenstein's monster aged and then he became the doctor.
What I liked about the Oscars, they were showing best makeup or something like that, and they were showing each
Brian, I get that.
They were showing the makeup that they were doing for Poor Things, like they're showing Willem Dafoe and
that was cool. That was
pretty cool. So
yeah,
I would love to see more of that. So I don't know if you could find a way to get a hold of that whole thing to see how the makeup was being done. I would love to see.
Yeah, it's probably on the Blu-ray.
It's probably on the Blu-ray. If you get the Blu-ray, that would be kind of worth it to have the Blu-ray. Would be to see the whole
process of that.
The featurettes and stuff. I would take a look at that.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in seeing the movie again, but yeah, I would be interested to see how it was made.
Right.
All right, Evan. Thank you so much, brother. I'm glad
you're Evan. We appreciate you no matter what, even though you're an asshole.
Yeah. But you're the best asshole. You're the bleached one that's shaved and manscaped.
Have you ever heard the song by Dennis Leary? Abernathy?
I think so.
Mm-mm.
I think I've heard it.
Mm-mm.
It's been a while. Have we
Right.
done? We haven't done our highlights of Poor
No, we
Things,
have not.
Okay,
All right.
let's go to that. Rich, you gave 10s to the acting and the visuals, and you gave a 9 to the cast, an 8 to the direction and the genre. I gave 10s also to the acting and the visuals, a 9 to the direction, and then an 8s to the ending, sound, and genre. Jay, you gave 10 to the cast, and then 8s to acting, ending, story, and genre, and then 7s to everything else. So again, solid numbers across the board for this one. I definitely think this is worth a watch. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Take care, Evan. Damn Rich. Like I said, don't listen to Rich. Leave. Take care. Love everyone here. Appreciate it, brother. I immediately had Frankenstein vibes too. I predicted.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Robert's
Feel-
going to say the lowest score is, the winner is.
Still couldn't predict where her mind was going to take her. Lowest score, the
Rob-
winner is. Thank you,
Before
Rob.
you show it, let's see if Robert can guess who's got the lowest score.
Okay, who do you
Robert.
think has the lowest score, Rob, between the three of us?
I'm gonna go me.
Ryan thinks I have the lowest score.
Oh, here we go. And
Robert thinks it's
Robert
Rich.
says Rich.
Anybody else has it to guess? All right, because here we go. IMDb is giving this an 8.1. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 92%, audience score 79%. Rich,
Wow.
lower score with a 70. Jay with a 77. I gave it an 80 for a total average score of 75.67. So, Robert, you were right. Rich had the lowest score. Rich.
I was
So,
worried.
yeah.
I was worried. I thought I was going to have the lowest score.
No, I remember I was like, I think Jay's like right in between us.
I just knew that when I was watching it, I would never watch this movie again. And I was trying to be.
Oh,
like,
Ryan meant highest score. Oh, okay. You were right too.
Yeah, I was just trying to like score it. There's this cookie.
Cookies for both of you.
For the art of it. Because when I don't like a movie, I always try to find something. At least
Right.
something I can.
Well, that's
Big
kind
pot.
of why I have these 10 aspects. So it's like there's something that was good, at least, even though you don't like the movie, you can at least give it a decent score because there is something good about it. Yeah, so did Rich. Rich saw Poor Things in the theater too.
Yeah.
Rob loves cookies. I could tell.
So, Rob, what did you think of the movie?
Yeah, what did you think of Poor Things? We've got 2 more movies left.
Oh, and I can't wait to talk about one. One, I was in tears.
I loved both of these.
Well,
So-
don't get too crazy.
You liked
I'm
it.
not going to get too crazy. I loved both of these movies. He liked it. Okay.
I am happy for these 2 last movies. So.
Yeah.
Me too.
I think they deserve to be in the top spots.
Mhm.
I
All right.
agree.
So, what do you guys think is the number 2 movie?
The Greatest Night in Pop has to be the second one.
I was hoping it'd be Dune too.
Greatest Night in Pop
Motherfuckers.
comes in number 2.
Ruined my shit.
I like this one. I've seen it twice.
Oh,
Robert
man,
agrees.
I love this.
I loved this. This was so
I did
good.
too.
Dude, this is a documentary that you have to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When seeing Michael sing brought me to tears. I have no reason why. I don't understand. I shouldn't say I don't understand why. I love Michael Jackson.
Mhm.
And then seeing him on here singing and then just hearing the story of this. Oh fuck, man. This just brought me to tears.
Okay, let me read the synopsis on it. It says on January 25th, 1985, dozens of the era's most popular musicians gathered in Los Angeles to record a charity single for African famine relief. Setting egos aside, they collaborated on a song that would make history. And this is the story of We Are the World. For those of you that do not know about this song, because this was 1984.
I don't know how anyone doesn't know about this song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael is an icon. I mean, but an icon in a sea of icons.
Yeah. He's head and shoulders above.
I mean, dude, you got Bob Dylan, you got Cyndi Lauper, you got Al Jarreau, Hall and Oates. Yeah, Bruce Springsteen, who at that point was like huge.
Ray Charles.
Stevie Wonder. It was just Stevie Wonder, like amazing. I love
Harry Belafonte. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this was Harry Belafonte's like idea. He was like, "Hey, we should do this."
Mm-hmm.
Lionel Richie, they go Lionel Richie, and they go, "Hey, Lionel, grab Stevie Wonder and write this song." And then he can't get a hold of Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder's not calling him back. So he's like, "Well, I'll just see if Michael wants to do it."
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, can we just talk about Lionel Richie's fucking face? What the fuck?
Right now? No, he's Plastic Man now.
Oh fuck, man.
You know what? Who cares? He's
like Barry Manilow. He's fairly Manilow. So he's just Lionel Richie's like frozen in that position. like the Joker had a bad day. But I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Lionel Richie.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I am too. You know what?
Kenny Rogers had all that plastic surgery too before he passed away. He looked plastic.
Being a Gen X, you knew every single artist back in that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
MTV. VH1, and then there was a day when you had a channel that you could turn into, and you could dial a number to watch and would say, "I want to watch this video." I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yeah, dial MTV.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you said you charge your phone bill for a video to watch. You had all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I just love the fact that you knew all the artists back then, and their music was respectable, and it was fun, it was catchy, and everybody was talking about these artists in high school. You bought their cassettes before there was CD, or you would buy their 45s, or you would buy the album, and it was before Napster, and it was before Spotify and all that stuff. You had the physical of it, and you get home from school, you would go watch their videos, and
TV count, man.
Yeah, and it's just and when this came out, it was so amazing, and everybody talked about Cyndi Lauper's part where she comes in, well. I mean, that was the iconic part about that whole thing, and just I don't know. It's still amazing to listen to when that song comes on. I mean, everybody still talks about that song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because that would never happen today.
No.
There's too many egos. There's too many. How's this going to benefit me?
Right.
I don't think.
I feel sad that Prince didn't get involved in this. I wish he really did.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I don't know. Because he wanted to play a guitar solo on there, and I don't think that would have fit into this.
Yeah,
Well,
it wouldn't have fit.
and he wouldn't be in a different room.
Right.
He didn't want to be
And-
with the rest of the people, and it's like,
Right.
no, you're going to
Well,
be
because
here.
Prince was, because Prince, he had a problem with being. He's a shy person, or he was a shy person, and I don't know. Do you know who that his bodyguard was? Because you're more into wrestling than I am.
Yeah.
And he had that bodyguard with him all the time. I think he was right up there with the level of Michael Jackson at the time, at the peak of his career.
Yeah.
But it would have been so amazing if he was there,
Yeah.
just to do his part. But I don't
Yeah,
know. It's
no, I
just-
would have.
it's just-
I felt bad for Sheila E. too, because it really seemed
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they brought Sheila E. on just to try to get Prince.
right.
Yeah.
And
But no, this
And they-
was an amazing documentary. I learned a lot about this
Yeah.
particular thing.
This is how you do a documentary.
yes, and how they were able to pull some of the people there that when they did this documentary, got Bruce Springsteen and who else did they get? Lionel Richie, of course,
Huey
and
Lewis. Huey Lewis was my favorite
Cyndi
part.
Lauper.
Oh, Cindy, I like that part when they're talking with Cyndi Lauper and Huey Lewis.
Yeah,
And then Waylon Jennings walks out. He's like, "No, I'm done. We ain't speaking Swahili, whatever the fuck he was saying."
yeah.
He's like, "I'm bouncing."
It was kind of funny too, where Stevie Wonder brought Bob Dylan out of his shell, because Bob Dylan wasn't didn't know where to go with his role in this song, and Stevie Wonder is sitting there just mimicking him. And Stevie
Uh-huh.
Wonder is a genius when it comes
He
to
is.
music as well. I just I've always been a fan of Stevie Wonder, and
I was
I'm
more
a big
like
fan
Richie
of
than
all those
Stevie
artists,
Wonder.
to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree, Brian.
Even Bob Dylan, I've been a huge fan of his music from even before, and this actually, Bob Dylan was, at a stall before this came out, and this launched his career again. I would say. I mean,
Yeah, and then there was a real interesting story with how Bob Dylan had to do his solo part, which I really
Yeah.
liked. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rob, Billy Joel's in this. Steve
Yeah.
Perry, Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis.
I was just saying how much I liked Huey Lewis's part in there. I like him telling his story.
Willie
Yeah,
Nelson. That's the other person. Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Who can go against Willie Nelson?
What'd you say?
I don't know. They had Dionne Warwick played next to him,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then Waylon Jennings was there as well, and then
He walked
left.
out. He's like, I ain't doing this.
He's like, I'm here for the chorus, but I'm done.
Because I don't understand. That part I couldn't. I mean, I like Waylon Jennings, and I've seen him in concert a long time ago, and he's a great artist too, because he did
Yeah, Tina Turner, may she rest.
yeah.
But yeah, no, Stevie Wonder wanted to do some Swahili stuff,
Yeah, and that's when the lady Jenna's like, I'm out.
and Waylon Jennings like, no, this good old boy don't do no stuff like that. And they ended up not doing it, which I think is good.
Yeah,
They
'cause
need
I
to
don't think it
really
would
kind
have.
of fit, for Michael Jackson to do this, and I'm going to call it a generic song,
Right.
because they had to do this generic song, this like empty canvas of a song, so that everyone could throw their flair on it in their style. Because if Michael Jackson would have written it in the style of Michael Jackson, then Willie Nelson wouldn't have been able to sing it,
or Kenny Rogers,
or Huey Lewis, or Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
He had to write it completely vanilla, so that other people could put their sprinkles on it and make it a Sunday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Sundays, it was a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoyed this documentary.
I did too.
I watched it twice. Like I said, I watched it twice because I liked it so much.
Yeah, no, I watched it, and my my wife, kind of came in and said, "Oh, what are you watching?"
Yeah.
And I told her, and she sat down
Robert.
and watched it with me.
James Egan was there too.
Yeah. The story with Al Jarreau was interesting. That was a kind of something that I didn't expect. With him being all drunk.
Right.
Captain Marvel 3 and Ant-Man 4 are canceled because of box office performance. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, the movie
Eternals 2 is on hold as of right now, as the MC, Thanks. We'll put that on Movie News at 5 coming up on Friday. No.
Yeah.
But no, that makes sense. I'm not surprised that they're doing this. The last few Marvel movies have actually sucked in the box office. Yeah. Al drunk. They were like, he was reading this line. It was interesting. There was some interesting subplots going on where for Quincy Jones to have to bring this together.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed how they did it, so that they could edit it later and put it together and make a song out of it, because they had we had to do it at the American Music Awards, because that's the only time that the whole group was going to be together, and that gave them like 10 days to get everyone together to be there. It was really cool. It was a neat documentary, but not going to get nominated for an Oscar because it never went in the theater.
Nope, we learned that last year. Because I was like, man, I was so pissed that Michael J. Fox documentary didn't make it. And then I'm like, oh, well, it didn't get in the theater. So then now I'm definitely going to I'm going to keep an eye on our documentaries for the ones that I think will be nominated. You should definitely check this out. I highly recommend this. Yeah, this is fucking fantastic.
It is.
Right.
Speaking of fantastic, let's go to our fantastic highlights on it. I'm gonna start with Jay this time. Jay, you have 10s in cast and sound, naturally. 9s for acting, ending, story, and genre, and then 8s for trailer, visuals, and subgenre. I have 10s for cast, story, sound, genre, and subgenre, and then I have a 9 for acting, 8s for ending and direction. Rich, you have 10s for everything. No, a 10s for cast, trailer, ending, story, visuals, sound, genre, and subgenre. And then a 9 for direction and an 8 for acting. So that covers all of your scores.
I fucking love this.
The Irishman wasn't in theater, right?
It did.
You know what?
Yeah.
I got to ask you after you finish your Rich. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to.
No, I was just answering what Robert asked.
When you say when you gave me the listing for scores, I put director. It's direction, so I need to probably change my point of, because I thought you said director. It's direction. I'm thinking of director.
It is director, but it's basically the direction that he took. So what the director did. But I call it it's for the direction, but
so
it's
my main thought is
the director's job.
So my thought is like, am I familiar with the director? So that's reason why my scores might be kind of screwed up.
Oh, okay. So it's basically how the director did on that work. And if you know who the director is, you kind of compare this movie to other works that he's done.
So you know what, my score could change all the aspects on some of these if I know better, like the direction versus
Well,
knowing
next
the
time,
direction.
come on, man.
Well,
You'll
yeah,
have it.
next time you come
Because
on,
you're
you'll-
coming back on.
as you
don't have to
every
worry.
time you do it, you'll get better and better at doing this.
Yeah.
It took Rich like a year and a half to get really good at putting these
Right.
scores
Right.
in. I still
So
get a missed
direction.
one here and there from him, but
You do.
that's okay. Yeah, okay, Rich. But yeah, so Robert thinks that Jay has the lowest score. Let's go to our final scores on The Greatest Night in Pop. Coming in second place, you guys, highly recommended. I definitely do not snooze on this documentary. IMDb is giving this a 7.9. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 89%. Audience score 79%. Rich gave it a
Ooh.
97. I gave it an 86. Jay gave it an 85 for an
Wow.
average score of 89.33. Robert is correct. A year. I was joking about that. It was actually like a year and a quarter. So
Hey, you know what? I'm going to change my score on direction. So
Robert
that-
gives a good. You can't now. It's too late. No. You can't do that now. I'm going to change it now. So Dave's got the lowest score. No.
No,
That's
no.
not how-
If I gave it 2 more points.
No, it was close. Jay's and my score are pretty close. Rich
Right.
like absolutely loved this.
I did. This movie,
I mean, trust
it
me,
gave me
I love this
goosebumps,
too.
had me in tears.
Mhm.
And I don't understand why it brought that emotional hearing Michael Jackson just hum and sing.
I loved
it
all
did-
that original recording that they had
Yeah.
of him doing stuff, the reel-to-reel stuff. I thought was really neat.
Yes.
Don't cheat, Jay. Robert says don't.
I won't cheat, Robert. I goofed. So
That's okay. You're learning. You'll get better as we go along. You'll get to where
Michael
you're.
Jackson, like I said, it's hard for me to compare the two between Michael Jackson and Prince because I love Prince.
Michael Jackson's better.
I agree. I think Michael Jackson's better.
Well, let me say that you can't compare the two in certain aspects because where Prince's talent is, he could play. If you hand him any instrument right now, if he was alive and you hand him any instrument, he
You
could
would
play
love
the
it.
shit out of it. He's a great guitar player,
Yes.
I agree.
He's a great anything player. He can play any
Yeah.
instrument.
and he can write great music.
Yep.
He's a great. Where Michael Jackson, he's a great dancer. He's a great entertainer, and
Amazing
Singer.
vocalist.
and he could sell out a stadium. So I love
And still,
I like him. I like him for
the highest
different
selling record of all time.
performances. So it's hard to say. I have to say I'm a huge Prince fan and I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. So I can't say which one I like better. So
Okay.
I like them equally. So
Good. I understand. I get you.
All music's subjective, just like movies.
Just like
but if
I
I
just remember that Michael Jackson came out before Prince did.
right.
And
But
when
Michael
Prince
Jackson's
when
been doing
Prince
it for
started,
years.
when Let's
Yeah.
Go Crazy came out and all that kind of stuff, when his first album came out,
Right.
Prince said, "I'm going to be the next Michael Jackson." And then I was like, "No, you're not." But
Well, no.
He
Of
tried.
course not.
he tried.
He's not.
I think
He's
I think he came closer than anyone else because Terrence Trent D'Arby tried to do the same thing. He said, "I'm the next Michael Jackson," and I went, "Ha!" You
There
remember
will
Terrence
never
Trent
be
D'Arby?
another King of Pop. Never.
That's the thing. I agree. I think, but I'm a huge fan of both.
Right.
Amazing artists. All right, let's go to our number one movie and close this out. Our number one movie, and I say ours, meaning Jay's and mine, maybe not yours, is Dune Part 2. This is in theaters now, you guys. And I'm gonna read the synopsis on it, and then I'm gonna have Rich go first because Rich liked Greatest Night in Pop better. So I'm gonna get your thoughts on this, And I almost typed in Greatest Night in Pop again. All right. So the synopsis reads, Paul Atreides unites with Chani and the Fremen while seeking revenge against the conspirators who destroyed his family. Very simple.
Yeah.
All right. So Rich, you saw this a little bit later in the theater than I did. What were your thoughts on this?
I thought Dylan of the whatever the fuck his name is directed this fantastically. Willy Wonka, Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, they were fantastic in this. Christopher Walken, I can take it or leave it. I don't like him
As the Emperor?
Yeah. There's a lot of action, way more action.
Way more action in this. I agree.
This was a beautifully shot movie. There's nothing visually you can pick apart about this movie. There's not a thing.
I agree.
But it was still kind of boring. I was still a little bored. It was too long. I was like, come on, guys, let's wrap this shit up. Will I watch it again? Probably. I will see it when it comes out in 4K again.
Is that Thunder?
Yeah, it's storming.
Nice.
Yeah. Looks my ex.
Stellan Skarsgård looks like my ex-wife. No, Rich.
I mean, it's a great. It's hard to explain. I liked the movie, but it's not this masterpiece to me that everybody makes it out to be. Just like the first one, everybody says the first one's a masterpiece. I enjoyed it on the second viewing. Right? But yeah, that's just my take.
That was almost as loud as the train.
Yeah. My shit was rumbling.
Yeah. Mine too, but that means I need to eat.
Or you need to shit. One of the two.
It depends. The rumble is lower in volume. I mean, in decibels, than when I need to shit than when I'm hungry. I can tell the difference. Right, they're like that. Jay, what are your thoughts on this?
Everything above to where Rich said that this movie dragged. Visually beautiful. Great. The sound again. You got composer.
It's Hans Zimmer, right?
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
The music was awesome.
The score in here is fantastic.
The score is fantastic. Director. I probably could have. I could have probably given a higher score on this. I loved everything about this. Not knowing anything about the books or anything. Now it makes me want to go and read the books and know, so that I understand the arc of the story of what's really going on. And I went and saw this with two friends of mine that have read the books, and they kind of explained to me the whole aspect and of Dune. And I loved every minute of this. I enjoyed it. It was, people were saying the first one was much better than the second one, but I kind of disagreed with it. I thought this one actually had more action. I loved the fact that where he got on the worms and rolled them. Everything. I just enjoyed it. And I have to disagree with you, Rich. I love you see, now I'm having brain fart too now. William Dafoe. I like his acting.
You mean Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken. Yeah.
William Dafoe was in Poor Things.
Yeah. I like Christopher. I love his mannerism. I love his dialogue. If someone said Christopher Walken is going to be in this movie, I'm there. I'm going to watch it just because of his mannerism and his speech, how he talks. More cowbells, that's this movie I thought it was a fantastic film. I mean, is it near perfect? No, but I totally enjoyed it. I'd watch it again. I would love to go. If I had time, I'd go see it in the theater again. But I'm definitely going to. I already pre-ordered the steelbook for it already. So definitely loved it.
Okay, Dave, your turn.
Okay. This is my movie of the year so far.
Those are my words too. I'm sorry. Thank you.
I think this movie is fantastic. I think also that it's better than the first one. I thought the first part was actually slower than this. There's more speed. There's more turnover in this that I really liked. I think the visuals are the same. They're amazing. The audio, the score, the way they do the voice, the way they do the dragonfly ships.
That's cool.
It was making my seat vibrate. And I'm not doing IMAX. I just did a regular theater. And I was like, I thought it was amazing. I was just floored with this. I gave this a better score than I did the first movie. I did the first part. And now I didn't expect it to end the way it did. I thought it was going to be done, but no, there's going to be a part 3. And I am here for part 3.
You're going to make me see that shit, ain't you?
I am going to make you see that. Heck yeah. Robert already said the low score goes to Rich.
Have you read the book?
I didn't feel bad.
Wait, vibrate? Yeah. I
did see it, not IMAX, but I saw it in XD, which is near like IMAX, which is still amazingly visual. And like I said, I do want to read the books now. But have you read the books, David? I
have read the books.
Okay, so you know.
I was telling my wife. My wife's like, "There's going to be a part 3," and I'm like, "Dude, they could do so many movies. If Denis Villeneuve, if he does these, like that, I would love him to continue the saga, and make it like a Mad Max thing. Like just draw that sucker out. Give me a whole bunch of those.
This is probably going to be the next best franchise.
I am.
They're making a TV series for Max.
Right.
Yeah, no, I thought this was fantastic.
And I think it comes out later this year, at the end of 2024.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, really what, yeah. Dune, Children of Dune, Dune Messiah. Yeah, all that.
A lot of sand.
There's a lot of sand. I got sand in my ass and I was in the theater.
Right.
So, but I liked.
You couldn't have said it any better there, David.
With sand in my ass? Yeah.
No, about the movie. So, wow, why do you twist my words, man?
That was the last thing I said, and you said you could have said it.
No, about everything you said about the movie.
I have the popcorn tub too, and the cup.
We know what Dave's doing later.
That's right. I didn't get the top with the worm though. I'm disappointed. I got to deal with just the tub.
Oh, you didn't get the
I didn't get the worm top.
Oh.
So yeah,
I don't have an AMC in my area.
I got bacon flavored lubed and everything, and I was like, oh man, I didn't get the worm top. But anyway, let's go to our highlights on Dune Part 2, coming in first place. And we'll start with Jay this time. Jay, you gave 10s for cast, acting, trailer, story, visuals, and sound. You gave 9s for ending, genre, and subgenre, and then an 8 for direction. Rich, you gave 10s for cast, acting, visuals, direction, sound, genre, and subgenre.
Wow.
7s for ending and story. And then I gave 10s for cast, trailer, story, visuals, sound, genre.
This might be close.
And 9s for direction, subgenre, and 8s for acting and ending.
I think this is going to be really close.
Rebecca Ferguson's was awesome. I think everybody did a great job here.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of fucking people
Yeah.
in this movie.
I mean, I think the my only low point, I really think I couldn't pick a different emperor, but I didn't really care for Christopher Walken as the emperor. But he was really kind of toned down for him.
I just don't like his look either. It's just
I thought he was fine, but I wasn't like, oh my god, and he did such a great
I
job.
liked Anna Taylor-Joy. I always like seeing her on screen.
Seeing Anya Taylor-Joy in this was a big surprise. And I loved that cameo, almost like getting an end credit scene in the third, in the third piece of the movie.
Was that supposed to be the surprise cameo?
Yeah.
So,
He wasn't supposed to be lead, but
now I know that
did it.
we're going to see Anya Taylor-Joy in part 3, which I'm excited for, or I hope so. But all right, so are you ready to see our final scores on Dune
Yes.
Part 2? Let's see if Rob's right. Dune Part 2, IMDb is giving this an 8.9. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 92%, audience score 95%. Rich with the lowest score with 88. I gave it a 94. Jay gave it a 95. Total average score 92.33. And where the problem was, Rich would have been right there with us, but he gave a 4 for the trailer.
I wasn't excited about the trailer at all. I'm not a fan of these movies. I mean, the movies. They're just not for me.
Oh, damn. Come on, Rich. But Rob, you get the cookie again. Good job, Rob. I like this.
Yeah.
All right. Let's play Buy, Borrow, or Bail. So taking the top 3 movies, which are, of course, Dune Part 2, Greatest Night in Pop, and Poor Things. You're going to pick one to buy, one to borrow, meaning watch it once and that's it, and one to bail on, meaning you don't watch it. And Rich, I'm going to have you go first.
I'm going to bail on Poor Things.
Okay.
Your turn, Jay.
I guess if I had to bail on anything, it would have to be Poor Things.
Yeah, I'm going to have to third that. I'm going to have to bail on Poor Things. It's a tough choice. But yeah, I'd bail on Poor Things. I don't feel like my life's any better for watching that. So, all right. So let's go with borrow. Jay, which one would you borrow? Meaning watch once and that's it.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
You're making it hard, man. This is a hard choice. Even though I know it won't happen, it would have to be Greatest Night in Pop because
Rob says careful.
we know it won't happen. I know I'll keep watching it again.
Yeah, no, I'm not telling you to do that. Just it's kind of like that Kiss, Marry, Kill game only with movies.
Yeah. Right.
All right, Rich. Which movie are you kissing? I mean, which one are you borrowing?
Dune.
Okay.
Dune 2.
I'm gonna go with Greatest Night in Pop as my borrow. Because I know I will watch Dune 2 on repeat. I know I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be a right away buy when it comes out. I might pre-order that steelbook myself if I can. But at least get the 4K because I got the 4K of the first part.
Yeah,
Greatest Night in Pop, I watched. It's fantastic. I would probably watch it again, but I now have that, so I can treasure that moment of being able to watch that documentary.
I found it. It was announced. It's like they already announced it like the first week after the movie was released.
They're announcing them early. I'm a little disappointed. It seems that the steelbook for Godzilla -1 got scrubbed.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to get a steelbook of that. Or I hope that we do, but I saw some kind of article that said that they were being sued for doing it because they didn't have permission. But that's our 10.
Yeah.
Great show, you
Oh,
guys.
you know what? You still have.
I have one more code.
Yes.
Yep, I have one more code to give away, and we're nearing the end of the show. So you guys, there's 12 of you left, 4 on Twitter, and then 8 on Facebook. You guys, I'm not Facebook, but YouTube. So you guys, thank you for staying on with us.
Yeah.
I know the guys on Twitter can't respond because they're not able to say anything in the chat, but they are on there. So I am giving out the digital code to Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves right now.
Nice.
So
if you guys don't grab it, I might grab it. So
if you guys want to get it, grab it. And then let me know if you got it. Great job, Jay.
If no one grabs it, send it to me. Great, thanks, Robert.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Chop liver over here. Get us next. That's fine. I get it.
I had a great time tonight, guys. I stayed up way past my bedtime.
We still got to record a half-hour show still. So I am gonna bail right now because I gotta do something real quick. I mean, use the restroom. So
okay.
Because he's doing the pee-pee dance.
Yes. So I thank you, Jay, for coming back on.
Thanks, Rich. Thank you
for everybody in the chat for watching, wherever you're watching. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys. Caveman, you get better. And God bless.
All right.
And I will talk to you in a few minutes, David.
Yep, I'll see you in the other room.
All right, see you.
Right.
See you, Jay.
Until next time, Rich.
Yep.
Take care, man.
All right.
Thanks,
if you get Dungeons and Dragons, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna give it to Jay. Yeah, me too. I double dipped on it. I have the Steelbook and the 4K, the regular 4K, but so I had an extra digital code. So guys, if you want Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves, get it now.
Because I know Corey usually grabs it real quick. Is he still here?
I don't know if Corey's on or not, anymore or not. Yeah, me too.
Tonight was a fun night. I mean, 10 movies. That's
a marathon. We haven't done 10 movies in a while. And we did it in 2.5 hours. That's not bad. I think we made pretty good time. Even though the first, 15, 20 minutes of the show where we were just talking about family and illnesses and making jokes and having a good time, which was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of fun. All right. I'm going to drop the code. If you got it, you got it. Hopefully maybe someone on Twitter got it. But Jay, I'm going to give it to you.
All right.
And you can just put it in. If somebody already got it, then you can just let me know. But I'll send it to you on Instagram if you want to grab it.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. But I think we're going to get out of here. So you guys, there's going to be a recap coming with the outro. But our number 1 movie in this 10-pack was Dune Part 2. And number 2 was Greatest Night in Pop. Number 3 was Poor Things. Number 4 was Damsel. Number 5 was American Symphony. Number 6 was Thanksgiving. Number 7 was Spaceman. Number 8 was The Hill. Number 9 was Code 8 Part 2. And coming in dead last, Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate. Chris, the Slasher Dude, what's up, brother? We are just getting out of here, but thank you so much for being on.
Hey, Chris.
Again, you guys, thank you so much. Rob, I appreciate you, brother. You guys, do me a favor. Smack that like button. Hit the subscribe if you haven't. I've got Jay's information for Instagram. So go follow him on Instagram because he's getting ready to do his barbecue stuff. And I am waiting for that because I liked watching your barbecue shows,
Thank
Jay.
you.
So I'm gonna
And
start doing some of that myself because I do some pretty good barbecue. But
if I may add, if you go see Dune, make sure you try to see it in IMAX because that's the way it's meant to be watched. So,
it was filmed in IMAX, so yes,
yeah.
I agree. For me though, it's a 2-hour drive to get to the nearest IMAX theater, so that wasn't going to happen. But
Well, regardless, go watch Dune in the theater. Well, it's
I had just as much fun just watching it in the regular old theater.
all right.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. For my partner Rich, who had to jump off due to his back teeth were floating, for myself and for Jay, we want to wish you have a great weekend. Take care, be safe, watch movies, God bless, and we'll see you next time on the Faces for Radio podcast. Bye, everybody.
Good night.